Something I've realized recently is that we all have a choice between two lives. The life of the active protagonist, one where we are in control and carve out a path of our own, or one of passivity where life knocks us around like a pinball machine and we just slot into wherever we'll fit. For most of my life, I've been living the latter, feeling like I'm trapped in a revolving door of shifts, sleep, eating, chores. And the problem is that we are so numb from the anesthesia that is escapism that we feel paralyzed to do anything about it and change our life for the better. But fear not, I have found the antidote to this crisis and how to become the active protagonist in your life. You're just not gonna like it. Step 1, remove the catheter. Getting from where you are now to where you want to be is the equivalent of running an ultra marathon twice. So you might want to remove the catheter in your arm that's pumping you full of anesthetic. So what does this actually entail? Well, remember that time I said you're not going to like it just about 20 seconds ago? Yeah, this is what I meant. For a start, you're going to have to delete all social media, everything, and block it across all devices. Gone. Social media is an anchor. It is a net negative. When was the last time you spent a couple of hours scrolling Instagram and felt, yeah, that was a good use of my time. I feel really proud of that. And you know what? I think that's going to set me up for a really good future. But let me tell you what you'll gain by deleting social media. 5 hours. 5. That is the average screen time of a young person on social media. That is ridiculous. So if you would hope to achieve anything in this life, good luck doing it with an anchor of 5 hours weighing you down every single day. Next is YouTube and Netflix. Yes, I know, very sad, but they have to go as well. Because you see, when you delete one thing, all of your screen time and attention just kind of trickles down into the next best thing. Kind of like playing that game Whack-A-Mole, where you hit one and another one just pops up. It's kind of all or nothing, you know? This also goes for choking the chicken, binge drinking, smoking Lucifer's lettuce, or any other vice that you may have that you are using to avoid pursuing meaningful things in your life. Negative emotion isn't your enemy. Apathy is. You see, we evolved to have negative emotion for a reason. It's a behavior changing mechanism. But in today's society, we are incapable of feeling negative emotion. We view negative emotion as the thing to be fixed, not the behavior or circumstances that cause the negative emotion. And so we continue to shortcut this vital circuit by anesthetizing ourselves with our distractions, with our vices. But when we strip away all of our vices, we finally allow ourselves to feel that pain and discomfort, and that slowly alchemizes into action and results. And I know you hear me say this, and there's this feeling rising up, a kind of cringing feeling about the work you know you need to do now. Because I know when you hear this, you know you're capable of doing great things. You know you have a potential that you're not living up to. And you also know that if you could just remove all of the distractions, all of the, things you use to numb yourself to this nagging feeling in the back of your mind that you are meant for more, that you can do more, that you'll actually have to start doing it. And I know it's very scary because you will be opening yourself up to a lot of discomfort because you haven't allowed yourself to feel that kind of discomfort for years. But unless you want to continue living this life of numbness and this nagging kind of existential discomfort that there is a life out there that you could be living, that you should be living, that is great and wonderful and adventurous and exciting. Until you start living that, it's always going to be in the back of your mind and it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. So that is your alternative. You can either face up to the short-term discomfort or you can have a lifetime of it. Step 2, take aim. Once you've found the strength within yourself to give up your vices and start to live a more focused life, you now need something to run towards. You need something to focus on. And so it's time to take aim. First thing I would say is not to be too picky. And this is something I struggle with myself. It's really hard to be kind of relaxed about, oh, what should I pursue for the rest of my life? That's a pretty big deal. Like, it's understandable to want to get it right. But when you're stuck in this state of analysis paralysis where there's so many options and it's such a big decision that you just end up doing nothing, that helps no one. Step 3, show up. And finally, the most important step is just to show up. Nothing can replace you showing up and doing the work. Nothing. Not the perfect plan, not the perfect path, perfect idea, talent, nothing. You have to show up regardless of what you choose to do, and you just have to do the work. Day after day, week after week, year after year. So just practice showing up. Just build that habit. And you can start small. You know, for me, as a fucking Neanderthal, you know, I couldn't pay attention when I first started actually doing something for more than like an hour, or even at times like 10 minutes. I could like barely go 10 minutes without just wanting to like drop it all, because either I was bored or I got distracted, or usually it was more like I got overwhelmed. You know, you're starting something new. It's such a big project. You feel like you're biting off way more than you can chew. And every time you sit down to do the work, you just feel this overwhelm come over you. And it just makes you want to drop it and then go find something to distract yourself with, escape. You know, come on. You just have to kind of not think about the long-term goal or the result you want, and more just focus on, if I sit down for an hour today, that's me showing up, that's me winning. If I do that, I've won the day. I can feel proud of that. I can feel like I've done what I wanted to. That's your achievement, is that you just showing up. In the early stages, it's never a good idea. I mean, arguably, just in general, it's never a good idea to set goals that are outside of your control. So for example, I've decided that I'm interested in making videos. I want to do this YouTube thing. Okay, great. When I decided that, a first thing I decided to do is set my goals as something I can control, not to give that power to any outside influence. Like, you know what? I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to get 1,000 subscribers, or I want to get 1 million views on a video. No matter how good and dedicated I am to doing this, that's never within my control. What isn't within my control is I want to make 50 videos. That's my goal. And that is my goal. That's actually what I'm trying to do right now. All I want to do is get to 50 videos. If I can get to 50 videos, that is my goal complete. And that's completely within my control. And then if you were to chop that into smaller chunks, more bite-sized chunks, that would be something like, I just want to show up for an hour a day and do this, whatever this is. I just want to show up an hour a day, and that's me winning. That's what you want to do. Give yourself a goal that you can achieve, and you can achieve it daily. Perfect. And you'll be amazed at how fast this compounds when done consistently. Because the difference between the few who make it and the many that don't is simply those that show up, and show up again and again and again, time after time. No matter how much life kicks them down, or they fail, or get humiliated, they continue to show up. This is what separates the few who make it with the many that don't. And I believe you are one of those few. And I know you do too. Somewhere deep down inside, you believe you are capable of great things. You just don't want to admit it, because then you would have to start living a life of greatness.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.